This is funny. We were just talking about a time when, well, still coming out of it, but like a really rough time. And literally there was nothing that could comfort me or console me or like give me peace of mind, direction. The only thing was reuniting with me and connecting. That was it. And it's like I always knew that, but when we were talking it out, it was like, oh shit, like you legit were the only thing that would comfort me. It's true. Like the only thing that was able to console me or calm me down was when I was able to connect. And otherwise it was like there was nothing, no one, there was like no, and oh, that's interesting. They just showed normally people do those one of two things. I didn't realize that. What they showed me originally, let me say that part first, was really cute, where some of us have to have the fright of our lives before we reconnect with ourselves and start to heal ourselves and reconnect clearly, cleanly. I mean, we're always connected, but what I mean by that is when it's sharp, when it's like crystal clear, when it's aligned beautifully, when there's that flow, it's because we're in unison within. And meaning we're more healed within, or at least doing that work. And anyway, but what they showed was some of us, it takes a tremendous amount before it's like we get scared back to ourselves. Others, nothing. It takes nothing. The wind will blow and they're like down on their knees, like, oh God. And so we're just all over the gamut. Some people never leave themselves. Some people go just a little bit. Some people go so far they screaming bloody murder to get back. And so we're just all different. But what they just showed now, which I didn't realize, the one of the two things is usually it's that, right? Like something will happen to whatever degree get you to reunite with yourself in unconditional love. Or people, fright will happen and they'll go to their numbing device and they'll just keep suppressing it. Even if it causes all types of other ailments, accidents, etc., it's like refuse to see the truth. It's hard. When they say it like that, I always want to like defend others in the sense that I know for me, like, but I guess that's why they always helped me. Even still, they help me when I can't see some of my blind spots. You know what I mean? Like, it's if your intention is there and you're really efforting and grinding at it. I mean, man, was I grinding at it for years. I still do, but I mean, it was probably 10 years before I had like, oh, right? Like sometimes it takes some of us a ridiculously long time because we're just that dead asleep, right? Or we're that blinded to it, or we're that blocked off, or, there's just so many ways we can say it, but it just is, it's different for everyone. And so I guess I think it's the intention behind it, right? If your intention is good and you're efforting and trying to be the best you can be, but what are you showing? There's a lot of people that, I forget the word, but they're saying like fake spiritualist, like people who like act holy or act religious or act whatever, but meanwhile they're giving you the evil eye. They're jealous, they're envious, they gossip, they speak ill, they steal, they just like all these kind of things where it's like you can't have it both ways. Because remember, anytime you're doing that, you're doing it to yourself. Like if you're envious another, you're saying you're not good enough. You want them instead of you. You want to be them instead of you. If you're stealing from somebody, you're lying to yourself. You're saying you live in lack, so you have to take. If you're like all these lower energies, ultimately you're saying you aren't good enough. You aren't worthy. So you have to look outside yourself and get angry and take and steal and send evil eye. But you're doing it to yourself because you're saying that you have to do that because you live in lack. It's a lack of whatever it is. And that's a lie. And so that's the part you have to heal. That's the part you have to work on. And it does take some of us a long time, longer than others. But if you're truly working at it, you'll get more assistance than you realize. That was the other thing they said right before I came on. And I hear readers mention it now and then. It's like a phrase they say. It's like that. What is it? It's like, are the restrictions you perceive a blessing in disguise? I don't know if that's how they say it, but that's the gist of it. Like sometimes we're restricted from things, or things aren't going our way, and we don't realize that's because that's a blessing. You're being pivoted for a reason, right? It's like a little saying they say, but that's what it means. It's basically saying whatever you're being restricted from, or blocked from, or pivoted from, could they be a blessing in disguise, right? Sometimes, there's a lot of times we can't see it all, or know it all, or understand the rhyme or the reason until further down the road. There was like 4 or 5 things that happened today that came up, and then they said it right before I came on, where there was so many things. Oh, yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, okay. There are so many things. It just reminded me of another one that I was like a little irritated with. Not a big deal, not a big thing, but it was like, that's kind of a nuisance. And they just revealed something else to me, and I'm like, oh my God, well, thank God that happened. And we started laughing because they're like, shit, right? Like I was saying it was annoying that happened, but they did that on purpose, not to annoy me, but knowing further down the road that would be more beneficial for me for it to be set up that way. So fantastic. Oh my God, you totally saw that coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That certainly works out so much better and in my favor, which is always the case for all of us. It's always the case for all of us. If we're loving ourselves, being kind to ourselves, and operating from our heart in the right space. And even when, I don't know how to say what they're showing. They're showing something else. Something like weaving through. It all weaves through. Oh, right. Oh, how do I say that? Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't know how to say what they're showing. And they brought it to my attention earlier about something where, oh, God. How do I verbalize this? I feel like you would understand the feeling and the vision if you've gone through the process of forgiving others and forgiving yourself, right? Because then really when you get on the other side of that, you're always like, oh my God, there was literally nothing to forgive. All of that had to happen. All of that had to happen. We were all the perfect characters in that play for all that to happen, for all of that to come to light, for all of that to be healed, to be released, to be recognized, to be witnessed, to be seen, so that we can pivot accordingly that's more aligned with ourselves, or whatever the case may be. And so then you recognize nothing wrong ever happens. And if you're doing the work, meaning you're looking to stay aligned, to stay awake, to stay present, to feel good, to live from a space of happiness and joy, which honestly I think we all are, right? It's just people go about it in many different ways. In other words, people of lower energies who live in the idea of lack, so they're envious and they want to steal and take and whatever. They want to feel good. They really believe if somebody else goes down, they'll feel better. But it's a temporary fix. So even if the person does go down, they're only good for a minute. So they're like a demon or a monster who gobbles up a small meal, and then they're like, well, shit, that's what I do. So then they keep, it's an endless pit that they'll never satisfy because they're not operating from their highest and best. They're not being true to themselves. They're not loving themselves. And so, so even them are doing it because they think doing what they're going to do, that they're going to feel better or good, and they're not. And yet, people who are operating from their heart space, anything they're doing, they also believe that too. And so it's almost like we have to drop all of it and just be happy here and now, right? And that's the whole idea of everything. And every teacher you listen to will tell you that too. Like that's their whole shtick. That's the thing, is coming to the present moment. It's recognizing that and realizing why you can't, right? Like that's what a lot of this is about. It's like a lot of times when we can't figure out why, I think it's important to take a minute to figure it all out. Sorry, I thought I just saw something. Sorry, they're messing with me. So we can get back to the present moment sooner, quicker, and feel better. That's really funny. Oh, is that what you're pointing out? So even doing that, I do that in the attempts to feel good. Yep, that's so true. Instead of just dropping it all and living in the here and now. Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah. But I also know from my patterns, my habits, my autopilot, my yata, that I guess when I go down, right, when I had a tower and all the identities were dropped and there was a bunch going on, staying present was like mission impossible. And so it was like, well, I might as well dive in and try to clean all this up within my mind. Just take my ownership, take my part, swallow my karma. Yeah, they're showing all of that was unnecessary of me. Yeah, but I had to be sure of it. I did. I had to. And there was parts where I really did have to forgive myself for. And, yeah. But that's how my mind works. That's what I believe. That's what I was shown. That's that's why I say that was my way, but that doesn't mean it's your way. Some people really are able to just drop it and be in the present moment and be happy, and they forgive themselves on a dime. That's beautiful if it's true, It just hasn't been true for me is what I'm saying. I have to always take a look at it. And trust my feelings, right? Like if I feel some guilt or shame or blame or like lower energies, like what? Why? What? Right? Because then that means there's something that I did do wrong, which is good. I think it's good to have those feelings, to recognize, to take ownership, to take accountability. Or if there's, we obviously I can go on for 12 years here, but I don't even know why I came on originally. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.